fans, Joe Motion Videos 82 here. It is time for another G.I. Joe toy review. I hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving. I certainly did. Spent time with my brother and his family. Had a great time visiting with everyone and playing with my little niece and nephew. Great time with that. This month, being December, we will be looking at the Arctic figures again, both G.I. Joe and Cobra. So I have a good lineup planned for this month. Unfortunately, I don't have very many Cobra troops that are Arctic, so I already covered those. Might do a rerun on a couple of them just to mix things up. But today we're going to be winding the clock back a little bit to 1989 and looking at Stalker version 2. This is the Stalker from my childhood. So I'll talk about him a little bit. As aforementioned, he was released in '89 as a part of the 8th series. He was on the shelves through 1990 when he was discontinued in 1991. He does have a card variant, so I will pull those up. One is for the camouflage face paint and the command ring. So let me pull those up. All right, there's also a card that I pulled up where it was just the standard card with no promos on it. I did try the face paint. I can't remember what figure that I had that came with the face paint, but came in these little plastic tubes, maybe 2 inches long. You didn't get a whole lot of it, and it had this weird smell to it. It didn't work very well at all. But to a younger kid, I'm sure it was just the happening thing at the moment. I do have one command ring. It did not come with Stalker. It came with Target, so I'll pull that out when I review Target later on down the road. When Stalker was on the shelves, his original retail price is $2.89. Not bad at all. And he is highly available on the aftermarket, which really surprises me given the popularity of the figure. Not as popular as version 1, but pretty popular nonetheless. Great figure. Came with a ton of accessories. What really appealed to me, one, I needed Stalker, and he was the first version that I had, actually the only version for a very long time. And two, he came with a boat, and I thought that was just the coolest thing. He came with a kayak, and you got an action figure and a vehicle. And later on in the 90s, they included those things with some of the vehicles, like Tracker, with some of the figures, sorry. The Tracker came with a little raft. The Sky Commandos, or Air Commandos, whatever they're called, came with a glider on a card instead of in a box. So it was a nice little bonus. You get a little vehicle on top of an action figure, and it really appealed to me. So I snatched him up at KB Toys, at KB Toy Outlet, I should say. I was mowing lawns, I think, in that area. So I got paid. And of course, as a kid, what do you do when you get paid? The first thing, you run out and spend your money. Well, that's what I did. Every weekend I would head over to what was VF Factory Outlet Mall, Vanity Fair, and I would go over to KB and buy action figures. So that is my memory of Stalker. Didn't play with him much. I was a little too old to play with toys. I do remember filling up the sink with water and floating the kayak in it to test it, and it does float still. I won't demonstrate that because I live in the desert and don't want to waste water. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and take a look at this action figure. Here he is in all of his glory. I apologize, I do not have his file card, so I will not be reading that. Wow. His accessories are quite a few. Let's go ahead and take a look at the kayak first. Very nice looking vehicle. On the front here is a mounted machine gun. It does rotate 360 degrees. The hand grip is kind of thick, so I don't want to try forcing his hand through it. There are storage compartments that are non-usable on the front and back. These look like oxygen tanks. He might be in a high altitude area. It came with this arm which attaches to the bottom. Let's go ahead and slide it over. It looks like a back peg for a backpack. Came with the card contents called a counterweight. This is I use this as a backpack as well. But you can see it's shaped like the kayak. Has radio equipment on it. And this mounts up on the side. And without it, he'll tip over in the water. So this does actually work. Came with an oar. Pretty nice accessory. This really nice gray knife has a ribbed handle, a tang up here, a little hand guard, has a fuller down the middle of the blade. I don't know if that's coming up very well or not. Great knife. Not necessary, but a very nice accessory. Came with this very cool machine gun, scoped. The hand grip is textured. This is one of my favorite machine guns. He came with this cold weather mask made out of a soft rubber or a soft plastic. Fits right over his face quite well. Great accessory. Now, looking at Stalker himself, the color scheme works really well with him. He has those nice camouflage pants, camouflage beanie, these brown boots with boot covers, water-resistant boot covers. He has a knife sculpted onto his left boot with the blade pointing down, or the handle pointing down. A little stupid. I do not like that. That is just a good way to lose your knife. The other lower leg is bare, except for this pouch up on the side, which is attached around his leg. Nice paint application and a darker shade of green to indicate that it is a well, there's no indication, I'm sorry, but it does wrap around his leg completely and connects to a web belt. Nice white coat. He has these really neat kind of a tan gloves. These yellow painted bullets. These look like red flares. Over his coat, this is a life preserver. It has right here a looks like a an automatic inflation device on either side. You pull those and it'll inflate the vest. Very nice paint apps, I have to add. Those are fabulous. They didn't have to do it, but they did. All the way up to his camouflage beanie. Nice texture on that. Very solid figure all around. You know, he has his signature mustache. Stalker is a great figure. I was really impressed with him as a kid, even more so as an adult. He was definitely one of my top 10 figures as a kid. Yeah, so I do highly recommend that you guys get this. If you don't already have him, buy him. If you already have one, get an extra one. Yes, he does tend to yellow. Though, as we know, the lighter colored plastics, especially white, will yellow. And HCC pointed out in his Starduster review yesterday that it's a fire retardant chemical that's inside the plastic that breaks down over time and causes it to yellow. So that was some really good research on his part for that. So that's why they yellow. UV rays help break it down, and just wear and tear on the action figure. Sorry, a little short of breath here. So he is very available on the aftermarket. I found 8 pages worth of information on him. And that brings us to my favorite segment, Byron's Gripes. Not much to gripe about. He is incredibly cheap out there. Very reasonable. So, incomplete. This one comes with everything but his knife and file card. $9.99 up to $19.99. Complete, $14.99 to $24.99. All of these are deal of the day. His knife is $2.99. His waist piece $1.50. Mask $2. Full card back uncut $15. That's a bit high. Seeing that there were others out there cheaper. I wrote it down twice, so $10 to $15 for the full uncut card back. His machine gun $2. Stalker by himself, no accessories, $3.46. His file card, one is selling for $2.75, which is incredibly inexpensive for a file card, but the seller went Scrooge on us and wants $4.06 for shipping. No. And the top price on the file card is $5.08, which is about average, and they didn't want anything. There's free shipping on that one. Complete with file card, $29.99 to $35.99. The $35.99 is pretty high, given how available he is on the aftermarket. So, you know, I would definitely hold off if I didn't need it and the 35 was the only one left. But that's just me. I'm a bit of a tightwad when it comes to shopping for myself. Mint on card. Now, I'll put this up with the deal of the day as well. This was free shipping. Mint on card, $149.99. Not bad at all. Most mint on cards are pretty expensive. This card was in good shape. So I would pay that all day if I were a mint on card collector. His head is $1.50. The counterweight / backpack, that's what like I said, I used it as such. $1.75 to $1.99. His legs are $1.50. The oar, $2.99, and the main machine gun, $3 to $3.99. All in all, that is not bad. You could add his accessories really cheap if you find him mostly complete. And out of the 3 years I've been doing this, I realized that figures, depending on which action figure, if it's a troop builder or an army builder, you're going to be paying a premium. But for a standard figure, and things from the late 80s up into the 90s are fairly inexpensive. And that's surprising, but of course the prices are going up. Little feisty cherry Coke today. There's kind of a burn to it at the end. Oof. Like burners, if you've ever tried that. But yeah, vintage stuff is really hot right now. So the prices are just going to continue to increase. I don't know if we're ever going to get to, burst the dome that's enveloped over the top of G.I. Joe. Prices do fluctuate, and I've noticed a trend where these are starting to go down in price on some action figures, like Monkey Wrench last week. So there you have it, guys. There is your 1989 Stalker version 2. If you like this review, please give it a thumbs up. Please share this video with your friends and subscribe if you're just new to the channel. And thank you very much to my new subscribers. There were 3 or 4 of you. I didn't want to leave out any names. Some of you, your information isn't published, so your name doesn't pop up. But thank you very much for subscribing. I really appreciate that. It's humbling to see people subscribe to my channel. That's telling me that my content is good enough, worthy enough of your subscription. So I really appreciate that. I want to thank my channel supporters, those who have made donations to this channel. I really appreciate you guys for doing that. If you want to become a channel supporter, I'll have my mailing address down at the bottom of the screen. I've canceled out my coffee account, so won't be asking for that. But you can make a donation to the channel or in any capacity. It would be greatly appreciated. Those things will continue to support me in helping me to continue to make these reviews, because I can't do this without you guys. Without viewers, I have nothing. I just have this collection of toys that just sits here and occasionally gets looked at by other people. So I want to share this with the world. I want to keep this collection growing. Of course, I'm going to add to it personally, but help here and there help is much appreciated. And when you become a channel supporter, you are entitled to your own giveaway. The channel supporters will have their giveaway. Everybody who subscribes is entitled to giveaways, and I will be holding one of those pretty soon. I was going to wait until 500, but you know, I think I'll be doing that pretty soon. I'll have to put some more thought into that. So there you have it, guys. I really appreciate you tuning in. You're great people. I really appreciate the friendships that I've cultivated. And as always, be kind to everyone, especially be kind to animals. They know nothing but unconditional love and compassion. So this is Joe Motion Videos 82 signing off. Have a great day. Stay safe out there. Take care of one another. We'll see you next week for another G.I. Joe toy review. Bye-bye.